Hello, my name is Mark Dabney. My father, Joseph Dabney Sr., once ate here at the four-way stop in Cartersville, Georgia. And when he did, he could buy a Coke for a nickel and a cheeseburger for 15 cents. Nowadays, it's $7.50 for the order. Well, order fries. And of course, a gratuity. How could I shortchange them that these days? My point is, our fiat currency system claims that we owe trillions upon trillions of dollars that didn't exist before the so-called loan. Just like Mayor Rothschild said, let me control a nation's money supply, and I care not who writes its laws. So if you think we have a republic, correction, sir or ma'am, what we have is a plutocratic oligarchy that has the outward trappings of a representative form of government that routinely and habitually lies to us and operates under a premise of that Austrian politician who said, "It is well for rulers that men do not think." Yes, I disagree with Hitler too, because quite frankly, however evil Hitler was, he was nowhere as bad as, well, Uncle Joe Stalin. He is our friend for as long as he remains mutually convenient. What needs to be clearly understood, our monetary system is a fraud that claims that we owe trillions upon trillions of completely fictional dollars, and we're fixing to go into hyperinflation. And I beg people, grow a victory garden as though your life depends on it, because it may well. Be prepared, because things are going to go from bad to worse to holy crap, what was that? What needs to be clearly understood, God sees through all the lies we've been told. God knows that we've been lied to. God knows that the traitors who masquerade their treason as so-called patriotism, they need to be held accountable. Investigate, indict, prosecute, and punish. I call for a Leviticus 25 Jubilee, where we acknowledge one simple fact that this system actively avoids. If somebody loaned you counterfeit money, what do you actually owe them? We owe those criminals justice tempered by mercy. We don't owe them our fiat. We don't owe them our homes, our cars. We don't owe them this fraud called the federal income tax. I beg you, watch America, From Freedom to Fascism by the late Aaron Russo. You'll understand why he's dead. The thing that needs to be clearly understood, this plutocratic oligarchy has people programmed to think that a republic means you vote for people who feign to represent you. But I notice left and right alike, this is called the Hegelian dialectic, like 1 Timothy 6, verse 20, turn away from atheistic blathering and the opposing ideas of what is falsely called knowledge. That Greek word is antithesis, as in thesis, antithesis, merging into a synthesis. Both the Hegelian left, the welfare state that promotes dependency on a government that doesn't know how to come clean, and the Hegelian right warfare state that attacks countries based on accusations uncritically accepted. Both of them actively avoid that this is not a lawful state. It is not a state based on morality. It has a lot of legal decrees, and there's always an official narrative or a stated goal. And if you don't understand, let me be clear about this. There's good, sound reasons, and then there's reasons that sound good. And they presume that you're a bunch of idiots, just like Hitler's thing. Oh, it's just as well you guys don't know that you're being lied to again, because if you knew that it's not Trump, I'm not for or against Trump. What really worries me is the people around him that have him do stupid, illegitimate things like firing dozens of cruise missiles at a country that's not threatening us harm based on an accusation that I never believed from the very beginning. So is it Trump himself that worries me? It's the people around Trump. Like the Center for Disease Creation and Propagation, that is a private for-profit corporation that tells us, oh no, don't worry about taking vitamin C, because that won't really cure the coronavirus. You need to take our drugs. Really? So what needs to be clearly understood is, what I'm advocating is, one, we need to reinstate the Constitution before it was changed at bayonet point, including where the 14th Amendment says, you cannot question the public debt. Well, the 14th Amendment was unlawfully coerced upon the South at bayonet point. You didn't know this. On March the 8th, 1957, the Georgia General Assembly issued a memorial that is a lawful reminder of why the 14th and 15th Amendments were not legitimately ratified. I'm not advocating slavery. I'm advocating that privileges and immunities are not God-given rights. I'm advocating that my forefathers who charged their muskets against the Blue Bellies during the uncivil war were not in a state of rebellion, because there's nowhere in the U.S. Constitution that required Union states to remain in the Union. So when we exercise our right to leave, we weren't in rebellion. We're saying we're sick of money being plundered from the South and squandered on the North. So when the 14th Amendment says you cannot question the public debt, we need to question the 14th Amendment. Now, if you want me to, I'll dig up that document. I have a court-certified copy that shows this memorial of 1957. We don't owe these banksters anything but justice. My YouTube ID is Radisciple. My email address, markanabaptist@gmail.com. Mark, like my first name, spelled with a K, MarkAnabaptist, like the radical reformers of the 16th century, @gmail.com. And I welcome whatever refinement, or if you disagree, fine, just be civil about it. Thank you and have a blessed day, and prepare a victory card while you may. Because it troubles me that I agree with Thomas Jefferson. I tremble for my nation when I ponder that God is just and his justice will not sleep forever. And I agree with James Madison, if tyranny and oppression ever come to this land, it'll come in the guise of fighting a foreign enemy. We have been deceived, people. And we need to stop buying into the lie that when the government dictates and decrees and demands things based on disingenuous stated goals, so we'll see, that's the law. No, it's a legal decree, but it's only law if it's based on a moral foundation. And I look at the shattered moral foundation of our country, and it needs to be rebuilt. We can't do evil in the sight of God and expect good to come of it. Thank you and have a blessed day.